Meanwhile, President Obama today, if he hasn't already, will announce or call for a one-year extension on tax cuts for the first $250,000 a person makes. We're just talking about now basically on wages. We're not talking about dividend checks. We're not talking about the kind of money that Mitt Romney made by leveraging the debt of companies they take over. No, none of that. We're just talking about wages. And those tax benefits accrue to anybody who makes $250,000. If you make more than $250,000 annually, President Obama is calling for a reversion to the tax rates that we saw during the Clinton years, which would raise your tax rate from 35% to 39.6%. Remember, all of your investment income not subject to this rate. How much of a difference will this be from a historical standpoint for those people making over $250,000? Well, I'm holding a chart in my hand which shows the marginal tax rate for married filing jointly making $250,000 a year. You won't be able to see this, but it is the tiniest of tiny bumps. Now, if you go back to, the 30s, the rate was all the way down here. And then for the better part of all of our lives, the tax rate was much, much higher. The effective tax rate for the top 1% is at its lowest point by far since 1960. So subtract the fact that most rich people make their money through capital gains anyways. 1940, reports Dylan Matthews in the Washington Post, there were 25 different tax rates for income above $250,000, with the highest only applying to income above $80 million in 2011 dollars. In 1940, that rate, I think, was around, about 90% for if every dollar you made over $80 million got taxed at 90%. Today, there are only two rates for income over $250,000, with families making $80 million paying the same marginal tax rate as families making $400,000. So everything you make, $400,000 to $80 million a year, still subject to the tax rate of someone making $400,000. I shed a tear for all of them. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. And we should also note that Obama coming out strong for this is puts him at odds with Nancy Pelosi, who said we should allow the tax rates to expire after the first $1 million that everyone earns. Everyone. And Chuck Schumer, Senator Senator of New York. So good news. We'll see how that plays out. This is all going to happen during the so-called lame duck session, or perhaps spilling into 2013. But this is going to be a big fight, and I suspect what we're going to see is the expiration of all the tax cuts and an attempt by the Democrats to bring in sort of new temporary tax cuts for those making either under $250,000 or under $1 million. And it's not just, I should be clarified, it's not just for people making under that. It is for the first $250,000 anyone makes, or the first $1 million we make. So, ladies and gentlemen, adjust your withholding appropriately.